Okay guys, so this is a battle that was actually recorded by my opponent, and so I just wanted to capture this now before it gets taken down someday. But this was such a crazy battle. I had to get it posted. So this is from that La Batalla battle group that I'm in, and we're basically having a gym leader tournament right now, and so we're starting a new season in there, and I'm not going to be the fire gym leader anymore. Now I'm going to be the rock gym leader. So for this tournament, basically the rules are the standard Smogon rules, except you're allowed to have one Uber Pokemon for the tournament. So, since I am the rock type, the only legendary or the only Uber I really have access to is Arceus with the stone plate. So that is the one that I chose because he complements my team really well, and having a really strong special based rock move is really critical. So anyway, here we go. We have against the poison team here, and so I'm basically trying to looking over his team. The only two that really stick out as kind of threats, there's Wheezing, which basically I know if I taunt it, it's useless, and Rose Raid because I'm Rock, and he basically just destroys everything about my party. Um, Now, something that I did not know about Rose Raid, because I've never really used one before or seen it used, so I didn't realize how fast it was. It's got a base speed stat of 90, so it can get up to 306 speed. I'm not going to talk too much about it, but I will let this battle play out, and you'll see what I mean when I said that this battle was pretty crazy. And sorry if the camera shakes a little bit. I'm actually holding the phone this time. So here we go. So, just as a standard lead, because I figured he would lead with a Weezing or something, I led with Aerodactyl, because, well, number one, I'm going to make him go Mega, and, I mean, the fact that he had Roserade there, he had to pull out, because I could just one-shot it. But I always lead with Taunt, just because you see there, Weezing comes in, now, he's going to do something really obnoxious. I don't have time to deal with that Will-O-Wisp, Pain Split, whatever he's thinking. I'm not going to let him do it, I'm just going to taunt him. So now he doesn't have that option, he has to attack. Which, in most cases, Weezing, no one builds him to attack, so he has to withdraw. Now he sends in Nidoking, which this was actually the Pokemon that I was probably the most afraid of thinking back to it, because with Earth Power, they hit really hard. But nobody ever seems to understand how hard Fly actually hits, because it's a contact move. Between the contact portion of it with his Tough Claws ability and the stab that he gets from it, the power is basically equivalent to a non-stab V-Create. So, that's almost 180 move power. And, you can see here, I guess he thought his Gengar outsped the Mega Aerodactyl, which I think when I talked to him, he did ask me that. He thought that it was faster. And you can see here, Fly almost does half of Weezing's health, and that is a very bulky Pokemon. So, I mean, that kind of gives you an idea of how powerful that move really is. So, he obviously knew the taunt was coming, so he just predicted that and is going for the Sludge Bomb. I think at this point he's just trying to inflict status effects on me, and basically I'm trying to do the same right back to him. I'm trying to inflict a burn so I can counteract his leftovers heal. We're both just basically trying to whittle each other down as fast as we can, and I don't think either one of us really succeed, but we just kind of keep spamming in hopes that we'll break through. So he goes for a last-ditch burn effort to try and make sure that I can't kill him in the next hit, but it fails. So basically I know even with another leftovers heal, Fly is still going to kill him. So we'll just let this play out here for a second. And, so already thinking about what he's going to pull in next. I mean, at this point, I'm feeling really good about, the fight so far, because it's like, okay, he's already, like, 2 or 3 Pokemon down. And, he's pulling Gengar out. I'm like, I dare you to leave Gengar in. Like, he's just going to get destroyed. I mean, like, You saw what happened to Nidoking, you saw how hard it was hitting Weezing. So of course, you know, he keeps going for that. He's still not convinced that Gengar is slower, even though he's quite a bit slower. You know, then he pulls in Drapion, who's very defensive, and I mean, you can see right there, almost knocks him out in one shot. So, you know, without trying to, you know, leave any room for error in case he tries to protect or something weird, you know, I just fly up in the air and, you know, let him heal up a little bit, but, you know, this hit's going to take him out. So, you know, at this point, he's really running out of options. Eventually, he's going to have to leave the Gengar in. I don't know why. I was actually really interested here. He goes for the Ice Punch against Aerodactyl this turn, when he could have Sucker Punched me. So, Sucker Punch does work on the first turn of Fly, so I'm not sure why. Maybe he didn't know that he could, or maybe he didn't think, maybe he figured that I was going to go for Fire Fang or something. You know, assuming he had dry skin, but I wasn't about to take that risk. So, you know, whatever, it worked out in my favor. So here, I go for the Fly. At this point, the Gengar's got to stay in, right? I mean, the only thing left to do is pull Roserade in and die. And so Fly, bam. Wow. Mega Gengar lived with 3 hit points and kills the Aerodactyl. So I'm thinking, okay, whatever. You know, it's not that big a deal. I'm going to send in Terrakion. He's grounded now, so I'm just going to Earthquake him. My Terrakion is Choice Scarfed, so he can't outspeed me. And I'm like, okay, cool. He has 1 Pokemon left. It's the Roserade. And in my mind, I'm thinking, Roserades are slow as hell. There's nothing this guy's going to be able to do to me. I was like, I'll Earthquake him. You know, I'll do a good bit of his health, you know, which is true. I do a little over half. But, you know, I didn't count on, you know, when he Giga Drains and kills me, and he literally gets, like, all his health back. I'm like, okay, so that move did nothing. Like, okay, so, well, no problem, right? I'll just send in Arceus. And, because I gave Arceus, I think it has, Psychic, yeah, so deal with poison types, right? But barely did over half his health. And his Giga Drain does more damage than that. And I have a lot more health than he does, so look, he's back to full pretty much. So I go for a Flamethrower because I'm like, you know, it's the same damage as Psychic anyway, but I would rather have the burn effect than a special defense drop. So, you know, there I got the burn, I went down, he didn't get quite as much health this time. But it's starting to look really grim, you know, because I only have, what, 2 Pokemon left now? I have, I don't even remember what I have. Oh no, I have 3 still. So I sent an Omastar thinking that it was slow, thinking I was going to be slick and get off an Ice Beam, but no, it's really fast. So my Omastar's speed is like 229 versus Roserade's at, you know, somewhere between 279 and 306, so it's just no contest. So now, Diancie is one of my only hopes left, so I've got to get off a Trick Room. I just need her to survive that hit, so I can get a Trick Room off, so my Rampardos can come in and just Zen Headbutt and just kill it. So I get the Trick Room off, and I'm like, you know what the heck, let's go for it. I'm going to go for a Diamond Storm. My Diancie is Brave nature, so it actually has increased attack, and it has the Stab Rock move, so it's basically the equivalent of getting a Stab Earthquake. Yeah, it's the same move power, and look at that, 1 shot. So that was crisis averted, but that was really a really close battle, and that was really crazy because it went back and forth from almost a 6-0 in my favor to he almost reverse 6-0'd it. So that was a really cool battle, and you know, I was really glad that I got the opportunity to see that played back. Take it easy, guys.